valuable metaphors that we can use is the metaphor of the dream. Everyone has experienced a dream in their life, and everyone knows how real the dream can feel. Real emotions are felt. Dialogue is shared. And when you finally wake up in the morning, while there is some value in seeing the places where you have fear, which probably needs to be cleared up, the great value of the dream is to recognize that you've been dreaming. And when you do, everything in the dream loses its significance. And there's a great relief to find out that none of that was real. I mean, it felt real. And every character in the dream was someone that you invented and gave voice to and had dialogue with, including you in the dream. And there's a wonderful feeling of just letting go of all the significance and all of the emotions related to that dream, especially if it wasn't pleasant. And recognizing, oh, that wasn't real. So I don't have to do anything with that except recognize that it was a dream. And now I'm free. And that's the closest thing we can come up with to explain what it's like to be on your planet at this time in the experience you're having as a body. There is an unreality to it that seems real, that you participate in, seemingly. And yet, what if it's just a dream? What if none of this is real? Not the highs or the lows or the goods or the bads or the rights or the wrongs. None of it is real. And what significance does it have? And while you are in this experiment of a spirit living in a body, you have an opportunity to wake up. And there are certain things that enhance your ability to wake up, and certain things that, let's just say, postpone your ability to wake up. Everyone will wake up, and it's up to you how soon that happens. With the current state of affairs in the pandemic, many people find themselves not going out, but watching television and watching series and binge watching TV shows that have been on for years, episode after episode. And one thing you'll notice, especially in the dramas, is that these dramas reinforce the reality that you are living in, where there are good people, bad people, rights and wrongs, danger, struggles to overcome, victims and perpetrators. And especially if you're watching something that feels like a soap opera, you'll notice that almost no one is happy. And if they are happy, they're not happy for long. In a soap opera, if someone gets too happy, they usually end up with cancer. So their happiness becomes tragic. And it's just all a lot of drama that's entertaining and yet reinforces the dream state over and over. So what is the point of, let's just say that you decide to eschew all things that lead you further into the dream, what is left to you? Because if you don't binge watch soap operas and you binge watch news, it reinforces the dream again. The dream of fear, the dream of the other, the dream of other people being dangerous. Justification for violence and hatred on both sides of the political spectrum. What is there for you to do then, to wake up? The answer is to access something that's available to you right in the middle of the dream, which is the recognition that you have access to love, that you can see beyond what people are showing you. You can see who people really are, and you can see who you really are, right in the middle of the dream. And that's what wakes you up. It's love. Love is different from every other idea, every other so-called thing. When you're living in the material world, it's a zero-sum game. The more you give away, the less you have. The more you take, the less someone else has. But with love, the more you give, the more you have. The more you love, the more you can love. The more people you love, the more people there are to love. And it's in the giving that you receive. And that cuts through the drama. It cuts through the opinions. It cuts through the right and wrong. It cuts through the moralism. It cuts through the violence. It cuts through the hatred. It cuts through the separation. And it unites you with your family and places you in a very different position to finally see what's true, which is that love is all there is, and it's the only thing that matters. And it's the only thing you really want. And it's harder to access this love when you immerse yourself in things that reinforce separation. That's all. It's not that it's wrong or it's bad. But there's an old expression, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. And that's the power you have to choose love in the midst of what seems like separation, to choose to connect rather than disconnect, to choose to forgive, to choose to accept, to choose love and compassion and kindness and understanding and humor and lightness over the tyranny of being right. That's what wakes you up. That recognition that you can choose love and your willingness to do so. And it's very enrolling. When you choose love, other people see this and they come back to themselves. You release yourself and you release everyone else when you choose love. Especially if you ask the Holy Spirit to help you. It'll be easier and easier to wake up. And to experience who you really are. And it's not bad if you don't. And it's not wrong if you don't. You always have free will. As I've said, you can take one more ride on the roller coaster. Go up and down as much as you want. But when you really want peace, and when you really want safety, and you really want creativity and excitement beyond your wildest dreams, you'll make different choices. And as you do, it'll be easier and easier to choose love because it feels so good. And it opens up so many possibilities that didn't exist otherwise. You won't be able to save the world that you currently see, but you can save yourself and everyone else by choosing love. Ask for my help. That's why I'm here. I rejoice every time you make that choice. I love you, and I'll speak with you soon.